I just remember waking up in the hospital and looking at the board in front of me. And being a nurse, it's like, I recognize that. This is December 29th.
Is this hell?
I'm like,
That would have been my first thought. Am I in hell right now? Why am I looking at a hospital board? Why is my name written on the patient line? What is happening?
the last thing I remember was December 20th and going to the doctor's office to have surgery for my neck. Now, that happened on the 20th, and it wasn't until the 24th that I actually had my heart attack. But I don't remember anything past the 20th. And then I don't remember anything again until the 29th when I remember waking up. I didn't even think about having had a heart attack. I really did. And when they told me that's why I was there, I just remember just shaking my head going, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
It was December 24th, 2024. I was getting ready to go to work. I want to check on her because it was about time for me to leave, and I went in there and she was gasping for air. I was talking to whoever was on the 911 call, and they told me to get her off of the bed onto the floor. And I was like, I can't get her on the floor because she just had neck surgery. I'm afraid that I'm going to hurt her. And he's like, don't worry about hurting her. Get her on the floor. And I was like, all right. So I just kind of had superhuman strength in that moment. And I just grabbed her and then just very delicately set her on the floor. And then he's like, okay, does she have a pulse? And she did. And then I felt it stop. And he told me, or I don't know. I felt it stop, and I was like, oh my God, it stopped. And so then I started compressions, and he was like, yeah, start compressions. And then I did one round of 30, I think. And then the police were here. Yeah, classic heart attacks. You always think about pain in my chest or my left arm or whatever, but it doesn't look like that in women. And so, she was complaining of the indigestion the night before, and that's trademark indigestion, uncurable indigestion, heartburn like crazy, you just start getting really clammy and sweaty, and because she came out that morning early and was like, I just don't feel right. Yeah, I'm glad that I knew how to do CPR, because I remember in nursing school, when I found my first person unresponsive, I didn't even know how to sternal rub somebody. I mean, yeah, we've talked about all these things, but actually having to be that person was not as easy. Even though I knew what she wanted, it was still really hard. I remember the house supervisor coming up to me and was like, yeah, when we were trying to intubate her, she was still swinging her arms and trying to grab her hands, get the tube out of her mouth. She's like, we don't see that when people come from home having heart attacks. We just don't see that. People aren't moving.
I mean, my daughter and I have been trying to work this out. As the universe definitely has a plan, and it doesn't tell us what it is. It really doesn't. But if you want something bad enough, the universe will make it happen. It does some really strange things for it to happen. But my daughter and I talked about me being a stay-at-home grandma for a while, so she could get her kids and she could be working with them, and we could all be in the same place, and we were getting there. Well, now we're there. And thank God for my grandkids, because they inspire me every day, even if they make me upset and sad or just laughing to no end. It's their energy just keeps me going.
And the cardiologist that was in there, who was about to take her to cath lab, was like, you saved her. You did that. And I was like, no, it wasn't me. What? I think it's definitely shifted the scales, I think, a little bit more to even, because, you always kind of feel like you owe your mom everything. If you're the only rescuer, hands only. They're good for 6 to 8 minutes, right? And if you're just doing your hands, if you're the only person there and nobody's there, they're going to be okay. It's already a lot of work. CPR is not easy. It's really hard. It's really physically exhausting, mentally exhausting, but it's really important to know. learn CPR. For real. Learn CPR.